everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I thought I would give you some Christmas present ideas, hopefully give you a bit of inspiration if you're looking for things to get for your kids or family members for this Christmas. I feel like this is a little bit early, but I realised I usually do this in early December, so I feel like that was actually quite late. So everything I'm going to mention in this video, bar a couple of things that are actually Christmas presents, are things that my kids already have and are things that I would recommend. That's what I wanted to do this year, is not actually just show you this is what I've got my kids for Christmas, but actually things that we have in the house, toys and games that my kids play with over and over again, to hopefully, you know, help you guys out a bit at getting something that's worth the money, and that they're not just gonna chuck in a box and not play with ever again after December the 25th. So if you don't already know, I have two children, a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and all of these toys I would pretty much say are unisex. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say, apart from I hope nobody takes this video in the wrong way. Obviously Christmas is not just about presents, and it's just about being with your family and enjoying that time together, but for the majority of us we do buy our children presents, so I wanted this video to be as helpful as possible. The first thing I wanted to show you, I'm going to show you clips of the boys actually playing with everything, as I realised showing you just this isn't that helpful. This is a fishing game which we got, I think may have been for Elliot's birthday back in May, and he loves this. He gets this out all of the time. So it basically comes with 2 fishing rods, lots of magnetic wooden sea creatures, and a big blue mat which is like the sea basically. And the aim of the game is to use your fishing rod to catch the animals, and they also have letters and numbers on them and the name of the animal, so it's a little bit educational as well. Both my boys actually really like this, and it's just a nice little simple game that you can all play together, or well, I guess 2 of you can play it together and I sit with the boys whilst they play. Then I also wanted to share this game that we got for Archie, my eldest son, last Christmas. And again, if we play board games, it's always this one that he goes for. I did show you this last year, but at the time I didn't know if he liked it or not, and he loves it. This is I Found It. So it's a huge board which does take up quite a lot of room, and this is the Disney version. Basically it's a board game. You have to get right the way to the top of the board, which can take a while, but you also get these red circles, and when you land on a certain thing on the spinner, you have to put the circles around different items that you find on the board. So it's a little bit like Where's Wally, and you can also get this in other versions. Like I'm pretty sure you can get a Star Wars one, I feel like I've seen, but I knew they would love this one. This one says for ages 4+. Elliot, who's 2, doesn't really get it, but he does try and join in, and he likes moving his character up the board. But for 4+ age group, I think it's actually a really lovely game. Then I wanted to show you some gift ideas for your little artists. If your kids are creative, or you just want them to have more toys that are creative, I thought these 2 things would be really nice to show you. So the first thing I just got from Amazon the other day, and it's basically a clay set. He hasn't seen this yet because it's new. He got a Fimo clay monster making kit for his birthday, and honestly it was the first thing that he picked up and went to the table, and we made all these monsters, and he loved it. It kept him entertained for so long because he is quite crafty and he loves things like that. So I found this set. It has 24 individual squares of different colour clay. There's also different things in there because you can make earrings and stuff, and there's little tools in there as well. The reason I love this, I would always recommend Play-Doh. Elliot is obsessed with Play-Doh, and so is Archie, loves it as well. The one downside of Play-Doh is that obviously you just have to, you know, put all of their creations away once they've used it back in the pots, or they get left out a bit too long, they go a bit crusty. And as much as we all try, if you're the mum that manages to keep their kids' Play-Doh colours separate, then I salute you, because I say that I'm going to do it every single time we get new pots, and then after 5 minutes they're kind of like a greeny brown sludgy mess. So I just think this is lovely. It's kind of like Play-Doh, but afterwards they can bake their creations. They really enjoy that bit as well, as long as they have parent supervision, of course. And then they're forever then. They can put them on their shelf, they can display them. So I thought he will absolutely love this. No doubt he'll be making me play this at about 7 o'clock on Christmas Day morning. So another Archie present that I thought was really, really lovely. This was a present from my mum and dad to Archie for his last birthday. It's this Crayola art set, and I'll just open it up. So inside, wow, it's all actually intact. They play with this all the time. So inside it looks like this. It has a huge array of pens, 2 different types of pens, pencils and crayons. And this actually helps the boys tidy up after them because they actually like to keep this nice. And I mean, it looks like it's never been used, but I can promise you they're drawing with it all the time. Archie's getting to be such a good little artist, and Elliot is still at the scribbling stage, but he loves drawing circles and just copying his brother really. But I'm amazed by what Archie's able to draw now. It just makes me so proud. So it comes in this little case, and I just thought it was such a cute idea. I can't see many children not loving this and a pack of paper. It will just keep them entertained for ages, and there's so many possibilities to get creative, to draw and write. So I loved that one. Next up, this is the only real one that is completely new to us. So even though it may not necessarily be a recommendation because we haven't tried this exact one, we have had similar kits before. And again, Archie loves them. So this is by Galt, and it's a Horrible Science Frightful First Experiments kit. He loves anything to do with this. He's had a volcano one that I think he got for his birthday, and he just loves setting up the experiments with us and then trying them out. So this one has loads in it. It's for age 6+, but I think he'll be absolutely fine with that as long as we play with it with him. And there's different age ones. There's ones for older kids as well. They do so many cool ones. All the experiments are on the back, and I think there's a big booklet in there, and there's 18 frightfully foul first time experiments for budding horrible scientists. And he loves science at school. I mean, they're obviously doing it very basically at the age of 5, but I'm sure he will absolutely love this, and he'll want this out straight away as well. So this toy I wasn't actually going to bring up because I mean it is pretty huge, but I had to include it in the video, and I'll try and show you a clip of Elliot playing with it because this is honestly his favourite toy. He got it for his birthday, and it is an ice cream cart. I think it's by Leapfrog, the Scoop and Learn ice cream cart, and it has these side drawers where you can store all of the cones, all of the ice creams. This is such a weird way to show you, but it has a magnetic scoop. It has like a little, it's off at the moment, but it has a pump. And it has different toppings. It has all these cards that come with it. It has a little bell. Let's turn it on. It has a little till. So he absolutely loves this. He plays with it every day, and every night when I put him to bed, he goes, "Night, night, mummy," and I say, "Night, night, Elliot. Love you," and he says, "Love you, mummy," and then he goes, "Mummy, ice cream man," and what he means is, "Can we play with it again tomorrow?" And I say, "Yes, we'll play with it again tomorrow," and then he goes to sleep, if I'm lucky. So I know this is just such a winner. Every kid seems to love this toy. Even when people come round for play dates and stuff, they just gravitate to that. I also have this, which is so battered now, but again, I think it just shows how much they actually love it. We've been asked quite a few times if ever I show this on Instagram stories, and this is Ellie Fun. Basically, it's got a big trunk, and you have nets, and there's little papery butterflies, like fabric butterflies, and as you can probably guess, you have to catch all the butterflies in the net. This game has been around since I was a kid, and it's still a winner. It's kind of in the same category as like Buckaroo, Operation, what else? Pop-Up Pirate, all of the games like that you remember as a kid, kids still love now. So I would kind of recommend all of them, but Elliot loves this. He loves elephants, so I don't know if that's got something to do with it, but he'll get this out at any opportunity. We've ran the batteries out a fair few times over the years with this game. But I had to, oh, it's got a 3-foot trunk. I knew it said it somewhere. 3-foot trunk. He loves this, so again, that's why I'm recommending it. And then finally, I haven't brought these in here because the box is pretty big, but something my kids love and they ask for one of every birthday and Christmas are dressing up clothes. So they have everything from superheroes and Peter Pan, scientists, doctors, police. They even have a bear costume now because of our Cubby Bear video, which by the way is a toy I would also recommend, but didn't want to include it in this video because then I thought you might think it's an ad and it just gets very confusing, but we do genuinely love that toy if you want to go back and watch that video. Yeah, so they love dressing up. We have this beautiful dressing up box which was actually part of brand work that we did with My First Years last year, and they sent us the box and they had the boys' names personalised on the front, and we just decided we would use it as a dressing up box because they had so much stuff for dressing up, and they use it every single day. It's a really lovely special keepsake box, so I feel like that in itself would make a lovely toy box, dressing up box present for a child's bedroom or downstairs because it looks so nice. And then I would also recommend dressing up clothes in whatever your kid is into at the time. And now Elliot's starting to wear some of Archie's old ones, and yeah, they just love it basically. And again, it gets them being creative and thinking, imaginative play. So I definitely wanted to include some costumes and things in this video. So there we go, those are some of my top recommendations for Christmas present ideas for this year. Let me know in the description box below what ones you like the sound of, or if you have any recommendations. It could really help out other mums and dads in the comments below, so everyone chat amongst yourselves. We all find it a little bit overwhelming at this time of year, I think. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye guys!